two growing plots, one higher and the other one somewhat lower. Kalen's round by the potatoes, which I'm really pleased about actually. After about a week or so's of growing, we have some potatoes. Look at that. You can see the potatoes coming up there, which is great. On this side, yes, we've got some potatoes here as well. Look at this. We've got potatoes here. And going up here, I can't see any. Ha 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 ha. Never mind. So we've got some beans of all sorts in there now. There's all sorts of things there. We've got kale and we've got carrots. Where Kalen is right now. Up on the upper patch, we've got some pumpkins going quite well. You can see just in a bit better, a pumpkin growing there. In one or two other areas, look, there's another pumpkin over there. And it's this area, you can't see very much, but there are some asparagus. It's just a blank blob of ground, but if you look carefully, you can see here or there these little ferny bits, which are the asparagus. Well, this is a bug vest, and I'm going to put this on because I'm going to go out at midday and there'll be bugs down there. It's very hot out there. Well, to my reckoning, it's about 26, 27, with a humidity index which brings it up a little bit. So on with this thing. I haven't tried this on yet, so I don't know. Put my head through that. Will it get on? Well, can I get this thing on? Oh. Oh. But that's so far. Wish I'd known about this beforehand. Could have saved myself a lot of bites. That, dear friends, goes over there, a bit like a beekeeper here. Look at this. Yeah. Ta-da! Look here, we've actually got the potatoes coming up all the way along now. That is so much fun. I've got something here, haven't I? Growing here, I've got some, is it zucchini, courgettes? Don't want to stand on those. But, yeah, but look at this. And it's, my line went off a little bit, so I had to build up that along to build up the rigs along that line there, a little bit to the one side where the leaves are coming through. Coming over here, I can't see anything growing at this point that's at the moment. Here's the other bit of good news. Look at these beans. They're coming up there, and they're coming up there. So give those a little bit more time and we'll be rocking and rolling. But I've only got 2 weeks left, so only 2 weeks left, so that's good news. So I have to do what I can. Right, today I'm going to put in some kohlrabi that Benna bought. Oops, tripping over the tools. And I'll put them in, where should I put them? Just give it a quick weeding over there and see what we can do. Right. Well, chickens might be regarded as stupid, but they soon learn that wherever you go, there'll be food available. And these chickens keep following me around. And look, they found the vegetable patch. And the other one, where's he gone? Just there. These little dinosaurs are voracious meat eaters. They find all sorts of things. So they've learned. Follow these guys around. We'll soon get some food. Well, I've just made a couple of rigs for these potatoes and covered up the first bit of growth, and hopefully there'll be some more before I go home. And then perhaps, I don't know, just leave it to grow after that. Down here I've put in some last minute, down here I've put some last minute kohlrabi. There's five pieces in there. An old friend of mine said to me, when you're planting out, water, plant, water. So that's what I've done. Dug a hole, filled it with water, put the plants in, cover it up, water again. Right, well, one of my tasks is to now water the plants. It's going to be a very hot day. It's going to be something like 38 degrees. Yeah, 38 degrees. It's going to be very warm this afternoon. That means that the plants will need a bit of water. First thing in the morning and probably last thing at night. Holding myself because I'm being bitten like mad. Anyway, I'll turn on the water. Accomplished. Back, follow me and we'll go down and water some flowers. Water some plants, I should say. Right, here we have the asparagus. And I think we'll start with watering the asparagus right now. Oh, this is now ready. Well, I've been here nearly 5 weeks, and in that 5 weeks I've cleared out the other half of this growing garden, this vegetable garden, and it's also grown a lot of weeds in that period. So my task, I suppose, is to do a little bit of weeding before I go back to England on Wednesday. Today is Monday, so day after tomorrow. And I must confess it's been the most remarkable time. Even if I haven't been around very much and done lots of things, touristy things, visitors things, at all, it doesn't matter. I've just been at home here, and it's been interesting being in the countryside. Interesting in a positive sense, not without its challenges, but then why not? But anyway, I'll show you some of the things that are growing now that weren't growing before, which I feel very pleased about. That's one of the challenges I had. It was late in the season, some things have taken, one or two things have not, so let's have a look to see which are hits and which are misses. Here we have some beans. These are the beans that are planted at the end of the garden, and they're sprouting really well. They're still small. And I've put these tripods, these wigwammy type things up, but I don't know if they will actually take to producing beans at the end of it. Tiger eye beans, I think they're called. They look like runner beans really. So I assume they're going to work like runner beans, but I don't see any shoots coming out, so we'll have to see. And these are bush beans in between, 2 rows of bush beans. Now, that's the first extent of this garden. Let's go over to here and see what happened here. Now, I put some kale in here. Was it kale? Kale in here. Well, it says kale in there, and I don't think that's going to come to anything. Neither are the carrots. But Ben has got a crisscross arrangement of bush beans and other plants that have come up. Now, hoping that in August and September they will be productive and they will come out with something. Now, here's my big success. I think you might remember me digging the trenches for the potatoes. Well, they're growing up really pleasingly now. Look at those 2 rows of potatoes, which is very pleasing to the eye. Oops, not all the time. And in here we've got some, I don't know what these are. These are, looking at the shape of this particular one. This is what Ben put in. Oops, what did I put in? I don't know. The shapes. There's some sort of squash type things, I think. I'm not too sure, but this is some sort of squash. Here's the kohlrabi that Ben bought at a whim and I planted, and they seem to be going quite well. Basil, lots of basil growing, and they seem to be catching up quite nicely. There are 3 dahlias planted very late. 1, 2, and that comfrey by the side of it has taken off. There was one down there, but it seemed to have not worked. And there's another dahlia somewhere. Hope I'm not standing on it. 1, 2, it's marked somewhere, I can't see it. There's some zucchini, as I understand it. Look, the flowers are coming underneath. No, they're the cucumber. They are cucumber. And coming up to here, these are a herb of some sort. I'm not too sure what they are. Ben knows better. And of course our brassicas over there, and sweet peas. Let's go and have a look at the sweet peas better. They need to be picked again. They've been quite nice. This sweet pea, really nice. And of course the peas, which are really rocking on now and need some picking. I think I'm going to do some picking today. Some peas. And over here, which was a bit of a surprise, it's Benna who planted it, was this, well, it wasn't this year, it was last year. Last year it didn't work particularly well. But here we have, right here, some blueberries. Blueberries didn't work very well last year, but they seem to have flourished much more. And they've had a harvest already, and some more coming to fruition there. And that takes us about on the finish of our tour.